Ever tried curried prawns and rice before? If not, you're in for a treat. This delightful dish combines succulent prawns, aromatic spices, and fluffy rice to create an explosion of flavors. We'll be using a selection of spices including curry powder, turmeric, cumin, coriander, and chili powder, along with coconut milk to add a creamy touch. The star of the show, of course, is our large, juicy prawns. Today, we'll guide you step by step to make this flavorful dish. So, are you ready to create a culinary masterpiece? Let's dive into the recipe. First things first, gather all your ingredients and tools. You'll need 1 pound of large prawns, peeled and deveined. The fresher the prawns, the more succulent your dish will be. Next up, 2 cups of long grain rice for that fluffy base. For the aromatic burst, you'll need an onion, finely chopped, and 2 cloves of garlic, minced. The spice blend is critical here. You'll want a tablespoon of curry powder, a teaspoon each of ground turmeric, cumin, and coriander, and half a teaspoon of chili powder, though feel free to adjust that to your taste. To bring it all together, grab a can of coconut milk and 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. Salt and pepper are essential, of course, for seasoning. And finally, for the garnish, fresh cilantro leaves, and don't forget the lime wedges for serving. As for the tools, a large skillet or frying pan, a spatula, and a rice cooker or pot will do the trick. Now that everything is in place, it's time to start cooking. Kick things off by preparing the rice. It's crucial to give it a good rinse under cold water until the water runs clear. This step helps to eliminate excess starch, making the rice fluffy, not sticky. Once rinsed, follow the package instructions to cook it. Each grain should be tender and separate, a perfect base for our prawns and curry. Don't forget to fluff the rice with a fork once it's cooked, which prevents it from clumping together. With the rice cooking, let's shift our focus to the curry. Now, for the star of the show, the curry. The first step is to awaken the flavors hidden within your spices. Heat your vegetable oil over medium heat in a large skillet or frying pan. Then introduce your finely chopped onion and minced garlic. The goal here is to sauté them until they become soft and translucent, which should take about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, it's time to bring in the aromatic orchestra of spices. Add your curry powder, ground turmeric, ground cumin, ground coriander, and chili powder to the skillet. Stirring well to combine, allow these spices to toast for about a minute. This process releases their flavors and infuses the oil with their unique profiles. Now, pour in the coconut milk. As you stir, the spices will incorporate into the coconut milk, forming a rich, fragrant sauce. Let this simmer gently for about 5 minutes. This is your curry base, and it's during this simmering phase that the flavors meld together, creating a harmonious balance of heat, spice, and sweet creaminess. It's time to introduce the prawns into this flavorful bath. Add your peeled and deveined prawns to the skillet. Watch as they swim in the curry sauce, absorbing its flavors and turning a beautiful shade of pink. This should take about 4 to 5 minutes, but be careful not to overcook them, as this can make them tough. Now, let's season the curry. Add salt and pepper to taste. This is where you get to fine-tune the flavors. If it needs more heat, add a little more chili powder. If it's too spicy, a little more coconut milk can soothe the burn. Your curry should now be flavorful and creamy, and your prawns cooked to perfection. But we're not done yet. The final touch is to garnish this delicious dish with fresh cilantro leaves and serve it over fluffy rice, accompanied by lime wedges for that extra burst of citrusy freshness. So, there you have it, a symphony of flavors all in one pan, ready to be savored and enjoyed. Stay tuned for the final scene where we'll serve this masterpiece. All that's left now is to plate up your delicious dish. The aroma of the curry and the fluffy rice is already making your mouth water, isn't it? Let's get this dish served and ready to enjoy. Take a generous spoonful of the cooked rice and place it at the center of your plate. This fluffy bed of rice is the perfect base for our curried prawns. Now, ladle some of those succulent prawns, bathed in that rich, aromatic curry, right over the rice. The vibrant colors are a feast for the eyes as well as the palate. But we're not done quite yet. Grab some fresh cilantro leaves and sprinkle them over the top. Their bright, fresh flavor will add a wonderful contrast to the warmth of the curry. And on the side, don't forget to place a couple of lime wedges. A squeeze of lime just before digging in adds a zesty kick that really brings the whole dish together. And there you have it, your very own curried prawns and rice. Enjoy your meal.